Greetings, everyone. Today, we're diving into a fascinating topic: herbivory, the practice of consuming plant-based foods. Imagine a world where the crunch of a leafy green salad, the sweet tang of a ripe apple, or the rich flavor of a bean stew are the only tastes on the menu. That's the world of herbivores, from the smallest insects to the largest elephants. Herbivory is not just about diet, it's a complex ecological role that shapes our environment. Herbivores are known as primary consumers, feasting on the fruits of Mother Nature's labor, and in turn, providing energy for the carnivores that feast on them. They play a pivotal role in the food chain, shaping ecosystems and even influencing evolution. Just think about it. Herbivores have been munching on plants for millions of years, long before the first carnivores roamed the earth. They've evolved to become nature's gardeners, pruning plants, dispersing seeds, and even helping to fertilize the soil. If you're as intrigued by this topic as we are, we'd love for you to be part of our journey. Subscribe and share our video to stay connected with us as we explore more enlightening content. Together, we'll delve deeper into the world of herbivory and ponder on the intriguing question: what would happen if all humans suddenly became herbivores? Stay tuned as we explore this and more in our upcoming segments. Herbivory didn't just appear overnight. It has a rich history that dates back millions of years. To truly appreciate the journey, we need to rewind the clock back to when the first land plants evolved. This marked the beginning of an extraordinary transformation. In less than 20 million years, arthropods, the largest group of invertebrates, began to explore a plant-based diet. This period witnessed the first wave of herbivory, as these creatures adapted their mouthparts for grinding and rasping plant material. As the plant kingdom expanded and diversified, so did the herbivores. The late Carboniferous period, approximately 300 million years ago, saw the advent of tetrapod herbivory. These were the earliest four-limbed vertebrates, and they began to experiment with both plant-eating and meat-eating lifestyles. The evolution of herbivory in arthropods and tetrapods wasn't a one-time event. It was a series of four distinct phases, each one a response to the changing plant communities. This evolutionary dance between plants and herbivores shaped the face of our planet, leading to the diverse ecosystems we see today. Herbivores, be it a tiny insect or a massive elephant, play a crucial role in the food chain. By consuming plants, they convert the energy stored in plant tissues into a form that can be used by carnivores. Their feeding strategies vary widely, from grazing on grasslands to browsing in forests, and they can be quite selective in their food choices, depending on the season, availability, and quality of the plants. The science of herbivory isn't just about what animals eat, but also about how they eat. Theories and models have been proposed to predict their behavior while foraging for food, with some critics arguing that these models are untestable and that animals may not be able to maximize their potential gains. Clearly, herbivory has been a crucial part of life on Earth. But what if it became the only way of life for humans? So, what would happen to our food chain if all humans turned herbivores? Well, to start, herbivores, as the primary consumers, play a crucial role in the food chain. They consume plants, transforming the energy stored in plant matter into a form that can be used by other creatures higher up in the food chain, namely carnivores and omnivores. Now, imagine if humans who currently sit atop the food chain as omnivores were to suddenly transition into herbivores. The immediate impact would be a significant reduction in the demand for meat. This could potentially lead to a decrease in the number of livestock, which in turn could have a positive effect on the environment. Livestock farming is a significant contributor to greenhouse gas emissions, so fewer cows, pigs, and chickens could mean less methane and nitrous oxide being released into the atmosphere. However, the shift wouldn't be all roses. Our agricultural systems would need to adapt quickly to accommodate the sudden influx of herbivores. We'd need to ramp up production of plant-based foods, and this could lead to an increase in monoculture farming, which is notorious for its negative effects on biodiversity. And what about the predators that rely on us? Well, in truth, there aren't many animals that prey on humans, but those that do, like certain types of big cats, could find their food sources diminished. This could potentially lead to a decline in their populations, disrupting the balance of ecosystems in which they play a role. On a more personal level, our diets would need to change drastically. We'd need to find new ways to get essential nutrients that we currently obtain from meat, like vitamin B12 and iron. This could lead to an increase in the consumption of fortified foods and supplements, or perhaps the development of new plant-based foods that can provide these nutrients. The shift would undoubtedly have profound effects, but how would it change our daily lives? Scene script. Imagine waking up one day and finding that all your favorite meat dishes have been replaced by plant-based alternatives. That's the reality we're exploring, a world where humans have made the shift to being completely herbivorous. It's a far cry from the omnivorous lifestyle we're accustomed to, but let's delve into what the day-to-day changes could look like. Firstly, our diets would undergo a significant transformation. Goodbye steaks, hello broccoli. We'd be trading in our bacon and eggs for a hearty bowl of oatmeal and fruits. Our meals would be a colorful mix of fruits, vegetables, grains, and pulses. But don't worry, there's still room for creativity. The culinary world is filled with plant-based recipes that are as delicious as they are nutritious. Speaking of nutrition, that brings us to the next big change, our health. With a plant-based diet, we'd be consuming less saturated fats and cholesterol, which could lead to a decrease in heart disease, obesity, and certain types of cancer. On the flip side, we'd need to pay close attention to getting enough protein, iron, calcium, and vitamin B12, nutrients that are abundant in meat and dairy products. Our lifestyle would also see a shift. Dining out might become a tad bit tricky, with most restaurants having to revamp their menus. And think about the barbecues. Instead of grilling sausages and burgers, we'd be grilling bell peppers, zucchinis, and portobello mushrooms. The changes wouldn't just be personal, but societal too. Industries revolving around meat production would need to transition, potentially leading to job shifts and economic changes. But on the bright side, the environmental impact could be hugely positive, with reduced greenhouse gas emissions and deforestation. Of course, these changes wouldn't happen overnight. It would be a gradual process requiring adaptation and innovation. But it's quite fascinating to ponder, isn't it? It's a drastic change, but one that could have some surprising benefits. So, what would the future hold for a world of herbivorous humans? Picture a world where all humans have become herbivores. This shift would have profound effects on various aspects of our lives, including agriculture, economy, and the environment. Starting with agriculture, our food system would undergo a significant transformation. With the entire human population now consuming plants as their main source of food, the demand for plant-based products would skyrocket. This would mean a shift in farming practices and crop production, with a focus on high-yielding and nutrient-rich plants. The use of land for livestock farming could be repurposed for growing crops, potentially leading to more efficient use of resources and less deforestation. The economy would also see a shift. The meat and dairy industries, once a significant part of the global economy, would need to adapt or risk becoming obsolete. On the other hand, industries centered around plant-based products would flourish. This change could potentially lead to new job opportunities and economic growth in sectors that promote sustainable practices. And what about the environment? A global shift to herbivory could potentially have a positive impact on our planet. Livestock farming is known to contribute significantly to greenhouse gas emissions. By eliminating this, we could see a substantial reduction in our carbon footprint. Furthermore, the increased demand for plants could lead to more green spaces, potentially helping to combat climate change by absorbing more carbon dioxide. Moving from a diet high in animal products to a plant-based one could also have significant health benefits. Research has shown that plant-based diets can help reduce the risk of many chronic diseases, including heart disease and certain cancers. However, it's important to remember that this is a hypothetical scenario. A sudden shift to herbivory would be a complex process with many challenges to overcome. It would require careful planning and a complete rethinking of our current food systems, but it does offer an intriguing glimpse into a potentially more sustainable and healthier world. It's a fascinating concept to ponder, and who knows what the future holds. As we wrap up, it's clear that the shift to herbivory would be a significant one. We've journeyed through the ancient epochs, witnessing the evolution of herbivory. From the first land plants that fell prey to arthropods, to the diversification of reptiles into both carnivorous and herbivorous species, we've seen how herbivory has shaped life on Earth. We've also delved into the intricate web of the food chain, understanding that herbivores are not just consumers, but also vital energy providers for carnivores. A global shift to herbivory would certainly ripple through this web, with potential impacts on biodiversity and ecosystem health. Furthermore, we've contemplated the day-to-day changes that might come about if all humans suddenly became herbivores. It's a thought-provoking scenario, challenging our perceptions of diet, culture, and even our own identities. Looking ahead, we've pondered on the future of a fully herbivorous humanity, considering the implications for agriculture, health, and the environment. It's a complex picture, one that invites further exploration and discussion. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the world of herbivory. We hope you found it as fascinating as we did. Until next time, stay curious.